Wolverines!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average assassination attempt educator that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, I just got out of the gym and I have a busy week training on the flat range, doing a lot of rifle stuff. So I won't have the opportunity to put out a ton of content this weekend for you. But what I can put out is one long format video talking about how to assassinate somebody for your Minecraft server. Now, I have to get the legal stuff out of the way. If you're watching this at home and you're thinking, is Trench showing me to do this in real life? I am not. Nothing I cover today is legal advice, and you should not do this for anything in real life. This is not me telling you to do anything, and this should only be used in Minecraft, okay? The beginning of this video, I will cover the characteristics of an offense and things that will make you successful for your assassination attempt, both solo or with a group. The back half of this video will be on a whiteboard, actually doing a step-by-step method of instruction on how to conduct an assassination with a group of people. So thanks for being here. Now, this topic is a pretty dangerous topic to cover for video game purposes here on YouTube. So make sure you get down and join the Patreon. I look forward to all the new Patreon members, hopefully, that will come out of this, because there is no sponsor of the channel. I have since gotten rid of all sponsors to make sure that you guys know that I am honest, neutral, and not bought and paid for by any company. So thank you for joining the Patreon. To all the new members, that will get you access to a Discord server that you can stay up late and talk about tactics and find buddies to train with and to game with. Okay, let's talk about it. So, for your assassination attempt that you're going to do in Minecraft, you have to think about the characteristics, some characteristics that you're going to need to cover and have in mind to actually be successful for your video game assassination attempt. The offense is characterized by audacity, concentration, surprise, and tempo. The ability to gain and maintain the initiative to defeat an enemy greatly depends upon the proper application of the characteristics of the offense. Now, why are we talking about the offense? The offense is how you gain and maintain territory, or how you seize a key objective. So specifically, the way, and it's in Doctrine, and everything I cover today will be in accordance with the Ranger Handbook and ATP 3-21.8. Yes, infantrymen are taught how to do this as privates, young little Joeys. And for those that will probably be new to the channel from this video, I'm an infantryman as 12 years, active duty paratrooper, airborne infantry, drill sergeant. I've been a Bradley commander for 3 years. Done a couple things in my career, but yes, even as a little Joey, you were taught how to conduct a raid, which is an assassination attempt. You can do it individually or with a group. Again, everything I covered today will be applicable to a guerrilla warfare or conventional warfare style of combat. Okay, so those are the characteristics of the offense. Let's go over some of those. Audacity. Audacity is the willingness to take bold risk. Audacity is the willingness to take bold risks. The bold execution of plans increases the chance of surprise and enables leaders to control the tempo. This depends on the leader's ability to see opportunities for action and accept prudent risk commensurate with the value of their objectives to take advantage of these opportunities. The value of their objective. So, audacity. You have to be audacious in your assassination attempt. The more audacious you are within a reasonable, controlled manner, the more likely you are to be successful. So you have to be audacious. Concentration. Concentration is the massing effect of combat power in time and space at the decisive point to achieve a single purpose. Okay, to achieve a single purpose. What does that mean to you? That means if I'm going to do this individually, concentration, I'm going to concentrate the area that I want to conduct said hits on a high value target. Okay, so I need to have a centralized area, pre-established and predetermined. Concentrate my firepower. So if I'm going to sit in the back of a truck or the back of a van and engage at 200 meters with a magnified optic on my target, I need to concentrate on a very specific window, and I need to have other combat enablers, i.e. other riflemen, hopefully, and we're going to go over it on the whiteboard here in a minute, but I need to have other enablers to be able to have concentration of fire on that objective. So you don't want to be a lone gunman if you can avoid it, but if you have to do it, you need to have a concentrated window of where to conduct said attempt. Again, none of this is legal advice. Do not try this at home. Surprise. Surprise is an effect achieved by attacking the enemy at a time and place they do not expect or in a manner for which they are unprepared. Surprise delays enemy reactions, overloads and confuses the enemy, command and control systems, induces psychological shock in enemy soldiers and leaders, and reduces the coherence of defensive missions. By diminishing enemy combat power, surprise enables the attackers to exploit enemy paralysis and hesitancy. The infantry platoon or squad achieves surprise by conducting thorough reconnaissance and surveillance to confirm enemy disposition and determine what actions they are prepared for and identify opportunities to exploit in unexpected ways. Okay, so surprise, right? You are trying to set the enemy. So if you're going to conduct this hit assassination attempt for your Minecraft server, you have to think outside the box. So let's say said group of people or individual are going to a movie and then they're going to dinner afterwards. Where would be the best place to hit them? Would it be the movie where there may be only a few exits? No. Would it be dinner where they're sitting down? No. It would most likely be when they're getting in their vehicles after the movie. Okay, have concentration and surprise, because that is when they're going to be distracted from whatever they just saw, etc., right? So that's just an example for your Minecraft server. Again, all of this is in Doctrine. You can literally reference this. And don't worry, I'm going to give you a step-by-step on the whiteboard of how to actually do this in a minute. Hit the like button. All right. Changing the tempo of operations or accepting risk in a way the enemy was unable to anticipate. Conducting counter-reconnaissance, employing stealth and disrupting communications to deny enemy situational understanding. Striking the enemy from an unexpected direction, at an unexpected time, and with a combination of capabilities that are unable to defeat. I'm going to say that last part again. Striking the enemy from an unexpected direction, at an unexpected time, and with a combination of capabilities that they are unable to defeat. Okay, so you have to have surprise. You have to have concentration and audacity. To conduct this mission that you're setting out on, you have to have surprise. All right, tempo. Tempo is the relative speed and rhythm of military operation over time with respect to the enemy. Tempo is not simply moving fast, but the idea that cumulative effects of offensive operations place enemy forces under continuous pressure. Even if portions of friendly forces are in a tactical pause, someone is always applying pressure, resulting in an enemy force that is reactive. Controlling or altering tempo is necessary to retain the initiative. A faster tempo allows for attackers to quickly penetrate barriers and defenses and destroy enemy forces in depth before they can react. Okay, so tempo doesn't necessarily mean you're moving wild and out of control. It means you're setting the pace. So, and you're going to see it on the whiteboard in a minute, but if your inner cordon and outer cordon, okay, if your outer cordon lets the enemy or engages the enemy, we'll even give her a better example. Let's see the outer cordon, the outer box or outer triangle of people on the objective begins funneling the enemy by engaging them in a manner that would shuffle them, okay, whether it be having a drone, okay, and having a drone and hovering over them or hovering near them to force them into an area, or engaging them physically with rifle fire or handgun fire to move them into an area, okay? That's setting the tempo. You set the tempo as the either lone gunman, right, for your Minecraft server, for your video games, or for your platoon that you're going to be utilizing this in. You set the tempo, not the enemy. That's how you lose, right? Okay. So, maintain situational awareness and audacity, exploiting opportunities as they appear. Engage the enemy at multiple locations with a short time or simultaneously. So you don't just want to engage from one location. If you are by yourself, that's a bad way to be. If you look at recent events in the news, everyone's focused on one person. Imagine you had 5 people. allegedly, okay? Just think about these things. This is a thought experiment. So before we move to the whiteboard, if you're going to conduct this by yourself, good luck for your video games. Also, don't do any of this in real life, you weirdos. But hopefully this teaches you how to do a raid. That's kind of the end state here. But the characteristics of an offense: audacious. Okay, audacity is the willingness to hold or to take bold risks. Concentrate. Okay, have a small area where you want to concentrate your fires. Surprise. You must have the element of surprise to be successful. Tempo. You set the tempo. That can be with direct fire. That can be with early warning, etc. You set the tempo on the enemy. If the enemy sets the tempo on you, then they will be successful during this operation. Okay, guys, we're going to transition over to the whiteboard where I can actually show you how to do said hit, raid, etc. Right? If you got this far, hit the like button, stand by, we're moving over to the whiteboard. So we have moved to the whiteboard, and this is the portion of the video where I am primarily going to cover how to conduct this as a member of a larger unit. Now, keep in mind, this is all going to be conducted in a without rule of law scenario, most likely. So maybe a grid down scenario, and you and your 8 buddies or 12 buddies are going to conduct a raid, okay, an assassination attempt or a raid on an individual or group of people. This is how you're going to do it successfully, right? So let's go ahead and get into the steps. The first step is your purpose or motivation, okay? So the purpose of, you have to have a reasonable purpose. Can this be solved with literally any other means rather than conducting a raid? Obviously, whether that be through discussion, just have a reasonable discussion, whatever, right? All of this can be avoided, but if there is no other alternative in your server, in your Minecraft server, and you have to conduct said raid, then these are going to be the steps to do it. Now, a raid, also known as raid equals killing 101. So a raid is not to gain and maintain territory. A raid is to conduct a decisive attack, okay, to kill or destroy either enemy equipment or personnel in an area and then get out of there, okay? 7 minutes is the general rule of thumb, okay? So first thing you're going to do is an operations order. I have a whole video on that, but situation, mission, execution, sustainment, and command and signal, you need to have a rough plan. Keep it simple, but you need to have a operations order to tell you how to conduct this entire thing and to give you all the 5 paragraphs of an op order. Go watch that video after this. Next step is reconnaissance. You conduct either a Google Maps reconnaissance or a actual map reconnaissance or a physical reconnaissance. If you're going to conduct this in WROL, that might mean going to get coffee in the area. It might mean...
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Hey, Google, stop. That might mean going to... We're being spied on, apparently. That might mean going to the area and getting coffee. That might mean going to the area, to the local laundromat, if there even still exists, or just going for a walk, etc., right? So those are some ways to conduct reconnaissance without being exposed. The route. The route is going to be one of the most important parts. You need an infill route, an exfil route, an alternate route. Now, the route selection is going to be based on your alpha team leader and first squad leader. Their responsibilities are going to be in-route, route selection, and frontal security. We're going to talk about that a little bit right now. So I'm just going to draw a rifle squad. To keep this simple, we will do everything today as a squad, okay? So you will just have to establish from the rifle squads, we have the squad leader, alpha team leader, and bravo team leader. Automatic rifleman, grenadier, and rifleman, okay? You can expand this or you can condense this based on how many personnel that you have, but I will teach it based on a rifle squad, okay? So the alpha team leader and the squad leader are going to be responsible for in-route, route selection, and frontal security. After you have your route plan, both primary and alternate, okay, both infill and exfil. Infill and exfil, primary and alternate. So 4 routes minimum. 4 routes minimum to get to the objective. Okay? So you have a primary and alternate and infill and exfil, so 4 routes minimum. Then you are going to establish what's called a reconnaissance and surveillance, RNS. So I'm going to erase these guys just so you know we are working with a minimum of 9 people, but you can plug or play based on your personnel if you ever have to use this in a grid down scenario, okay? So next thing you're going to do is establish an RNS patrol, okay? You're just going to have these little guys, 2 little guys, having eyes on set objective. this is where you're going to actually establish your package. So you hear in the movies or TV shows or all these weird Navy SEAL shows talking about, oh, develop a target package, okay? So maybe these guys or this guy, however many people you're working with on the reconnaissance and surveillance patrol, maybe they work in the area and they literally walk by the set objective every day. Okay, maybe they live in the area and they will be conducting the reconnaissance for you as to develop a pattern of life. Write that down. Pattern of life is simply establishing where your target goes to and from every day, who they hang out with, etc., or where the group of people that you're trying to kill go to and from in your Minecraft server. So your reconnaissance and surveillance people, that is going to be their job. Okay. All right. So then, let's say it's the day of the hit. You have your operations order planned. You know the target is coming into town. You have picked a location to actually conduct this raid that is going to be beneficial to you, okay, and the enemy, for the enemy to get killed, right? So you don't just want to pick the most obvious location. So let's say they're going to a movie and dinner afterwards. You don't just want to say, oh, they're going to a movie, they're going to be sitting inside. No, because how would you get into said theater, etc., right? So pick a place where they will be immobile for a short period of time that will give you a window to concentrate your fire, use audacity, surprise, etc., tempo, all of our characteristics of the offense in that area. Okay, so the way it's going to work, let's say it's said day. First thing we're going to do is halt. At the hand and arm signal for halt is simply this. Now this can look in plain clothes very similar to what we're doing, but you're going to have highly trained people to be able to conduct this without hand and arm signals, all right? So you're going to conduct a halt. Next thing you're going to do is conduct stop, look, listen, smell. What that's going to look like is you're going to make sure that all conditions are set for the raid that you're trying to conduct or the assassination that you're trying to conduct, right? So you're going to conduct stop, look, listen, smell, and then you're going to move into a tentative ORP. Now, everyone always asks, what is an ORP and what is the purpose? An ORP is an objective rally point. If you remember the movie Saving Private Ryan, when Captain Miller runs into the MG-42 on the hill that killed the 82nd Airborne guys, and they're trying to figure out if they should go around it or destroy it, and he decides they're going to destroy it, and they go to the bottom of the hill and they drop off all their heavy equipment. That is an objective rally point, kind of. It's too close to the enemy for doctrinal purposes, but it works for the movie, so it's a good example. So an objective rally point is where you're going to leave and stage all exfil equipment or anything you're not going to need for the actual objective. That's going to be left in the objective rally point. Typical rule of thumb is 300 meters or 1 key terrain feature away from the enemy objective. Okay, so from here, we're going to conduct a reconnaissance. The people that are going to go on the reconnaissance, in this particular case, is just going to be the patrol leader to make sure the conditions are set. Now, they can do multiple methods for this reconnaissance. They can do a contour method. Okay, that's just simply like going out, coming in, going out, coming in, going out. Okay, kind of like in that oval pattern. They can do a zone method or a zigzag where they just go through the entire area. Now, that might not be as beneficial as you think because that could lead to you getting compromised. Now, keep in mind, during a raid or a quote-unquote assassination, if you get compromised, you're going to die. So don't get compromised, obviously. No one wants to die, right? So, well, some of you probably want to die, but don't. Be a winner, okay? Be a pro. Hey, if you got this far, hit the like button and leave your favorite GBRS quote down below of that gun slop. I look forward to reading those. Okay, so after you conduct your reconnaissance, then you're going to emplace. The way you're going to emplace is going to be very simple. You're going to pick up this reconnaissance and surveillance. So as you move up to the reconnaissance and surveillance team, you're going to make sure that nothing has changed on the objective. In this case, here's our objective, the parking lot, right? You're going to make sure nothing has changed on the parking lot where the guys are going to come out of the movie and get into this car. So we'll say that this is a car. Our objective is their car, right? Or convoy or set of vehicles in a parking lot. That is our objective. So we're going to move up. Always exiting the 6 o'clock from our objective rally point. Move up to our RNS team. We're going to see if anything has changed on the car. If nothing has changed, this is the order, and write this down, that you're going to emplace. You're going to emplace security. Okay? That's the security team's role, is to make sure no one rolls up on you or on your equipment that you left back here. Okay? That is going to be the role of the security teams. The next, 1 second. Hey! No. That is going to be the role of the security element, okay? To make sure no one rolls up on you or steals your equipment or whatever, or your exfil vehicle, because your exfil vehicle needs to be within 300 meters, okay? 300 meters or one key terrain feature from your ORP. So 600 meters total to your car, okay? Now, what's going to happen here is you're going to place these guys for security to make sure no one rolls up on you, and then you're going to establish your support by fire, SBF. Now, for your purposes, this may just be 2 or 3 dudes with rifles, okay? 2 or 3 dudes with rifles or handguns, just kind of watching to provide support on the objective. And then over here, you're going to have your assault line or your ass line, okay? That's where the majority of your ass is going to be for the actual assault. Now, what's going to happen is after you in place, you're either going to have a trigger. So maybe the trigger is, here's all your dudes that are coming out to their vehicle, right? Your trigger could be whenever the first guy, say this dude opens the door. All the other 3 dudes are going to be still in kind of a, think about you're walking to a car. All the other dudes are still going to be in kind of a gaggle. First dude gets to the door, they're laughing, they're joking, whatever. That is when the support by fire is going to engage. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Because this is a raid, we're trying to do it quick. Maybe it's 10 seconds, a large volley of fire for 10 seconds. Now keep in mind your backdrop. You don't want to kill any Sierras. So we have Tangos and Sierras. Tangos are people we want to kill. Sierras are people we don't. We don't want to kill any Sierras with the backdrop. So keep in mind your target, your follow through, right? Make sure you're not engaging any Sierras on accident. The support by fire is going to engage. We'll say in this case for 10 seconds. And then what's going to happen is they're going to do what's called a shift fire left. After they shift fire left over here, just for this purpose, it's just going to be making sure no one gets away and is a squirter, okay? So, making sure no one tries to run away. If they do, these guys will shoot them. And then the assault element is going to move up, and they are going to conduct a double tap minimum into each guy. So bang, 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 into each dude that we're here to make sure are not part of this world anymore. At that point, we will secure any sort of equipment or TSE, SSE, sensitive site exploitation, tactical site exploitation. So we're going to take any stuff, whether it be guns, maps, grenades, intel, whatever, right? Take all that off of them. And then what's going to happen is disengagement criteria. So then the assault element is going to leave and go back to the ORP and start grabbing all the gear that they need. After that, the support by fire element will break down and they will run back to the ORP. And then one by one, the security positions will run back to the objective rally point, the ORP. Once everyone is there, you will then conduct your black and gold disengagement plan. So you will have 2 vehicles, hopefully 2 vehicles established. So what's going to happen is you're going to say black or gold. Or you could say 3 guys go gold, 3 guys go black. All that is telling them what vehicle to go to. At that point, when you get to your vehicles, you're just going to, and you're going to sanitize everything in this patrol base, whether it be with bleach, whatever, make sure it's all cleaned up, okay? Doesn't exist anymore as best as you can. Then you're going to get to your vehicles and you're going to exfil different directions. Now keep in mind, if anyone gets balled up, then they're probably going to talk. So less is more. Less is actually more in this case, right? You don't want 50 guys out here on this objective. But if you can have 10 dudes or 6 dudes, that probably work pretty well based on how large your target actually is. And then you're going to do a debrief if applicable for your scenario, right? Okay. So this is how to conduct a raid. In summary, this is how you conduct a raid with a group of people. The beginning of this video was talking about the characteristics of the offense. Hopefully this video helps you in your Minecrafting needs. Again, legal disclaimer, don't do anything I talked about today in real life. This is just for entertainment purposes only for your video game needs. If you want to support my channel, because I'm sure this video could potentially get a lot of the algorithm overlords upset. So join the Patreon. Join the Patreon. Every dollar that you provide to the Patreon keeps this channel alive. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. You guys don't realize how much You actually do help the channel, okay? So thank you to my Patreon members for being here and supporting the channel time and time again, month after month. I'll look forward to talking to all you guys in the Discord server. If you got this far, leave a like, comment down below. Are you going to do this? Are you going to utilize this for your World of Tanks, Red Dead Redemption 2, Escape from Tarkov, Hell Let Loose? Are you going to use this for your video game needs, or is it useless to you? Thanks for being here. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade and my 173rd flag, OG, from back in 2012, 2013. Enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.
Wolverines!